Folks, having friends who are in the business of investing in real estate is a true joy because sometimes they ask you questions that really prompt you to think about something. And Dion just asked me, has anybody ever reviewed your portfolio? And the answer is no, no one has, which really led me to the idea of if I had to do it again, would we build the same portfolio? So I think Dion and I are going to talk about this kind of in retrospect. You know, what would we do different? What would we look to get? Because I can tell you, I would not want to build my portfolio today starting from scratch. And I think that might surprise people. So Dion, thank you for sparking this idea.
So about, what is this, August? Yeah, 15 months ago.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I tricked you and Matt, the lumberjack landlord, by making a YouTube channel, growing it to 14,000 subscribers, and interacting with you guys on a weekly basis because I was getting ready to retire. I'd been investing for about a decade and I was getting ready to pull the trigger. And I thought, if somebody invests in stocks for 30 or 40 years, they have a financial advisor. Right? They have somebody that goes through and looks at their entire portfolio and says, okay, here's your allocations, here's your timeline, here's your risk mitigating factors. They have somebody that's hopefully trained, educated, and has their best interests at heart review their portfolio. So about 15 months ago, just before I retired, I said, hey, let's do a portfolio review. And I got you guys to make a video looking at literally what my cash flow is, what my debts are, what my property diversification strategy is, and then what would you do different? And the answer was really the only thing that we came up with that was different was recycling capital versus cash flow. I had a paid off property. Right. You guys thought I should take a loan out on.
At 3 point, below 4%, we said.
Correct. At 3% interest, which is probably what I would have got at the time. So great advice, right? So that was the one thing that was a difference with. So after having that, I had the confidence to sit back and go, well, if those guys couldn't find a flaw and I can't find a flaw and I'm 4 times my freedom number, why am I working? And then I retired. I've been retired now a year. And I got to tell everybody, I highly recommend it.
Yeah. You are now unemployable, as I like to say.
Absolutely unemployable. So if I was going to start my portfolio now and go forward 10 years, which means I would have to become employable.
Yeah, sure.
The one thing that's very different between you and Matt and me is I think I would rebuild almost exactly the same portfolio. Yeah. I would house hack. Probably work for 2 years to do another house hack, work for 2 years, save up down payments, hunt in my same area for the same yield, and know that financial freedom happens probably in less than 10 years because the starting position the first time was very low income. Yeah. A lot of bad debt I didn't know about until the divorce. And those are things, and now I don't have my kids living at home either. Things I wouldn't have now that I did have then. So it would be a faster timeline.
I think that's amazing. I don't know many people, who have been in the real estate investing game more than 10 years that go, you know what? I would do it exactly the same way. And it doesn't surprise me at all. And frankly, I think a lot of people that watch the channel are like, I'm Team Dion, right? The lazy way, the small way. I wish more people realize that you can earn financial freedom under 20 units. It drives me bonkers that people think it's 100 or 1,000. And I just love the fact that you're like, dude, I do it the same way. I think that's awesome.